I just watched Wes Watson this morning, and so I'm back on this kick of you're really paying attention to energy and thinking about it in these different terms, like frequency. Your frequency is what you frequently see. That's one I learned from him a long time ago, and just really coming back to this concept of if you see negativity, it's in you. Like, and this kind of has this idea of a lot of people talk about projecting, and they talk about it in terms of, oh, this person is kind of being delusional, this person is being just kind of being negative, kind of spreading their own like bad mood, and it's obvious that they had their own faults or bad feelings, and they see that in the world around them, and it's obvious to the people around them that it's like, oh, your partner's not unfaithful, your boss isn't mean necessarily, your life isn't terrible, you're feeling bad, you're seeing those things, and those are reflections of you. That's why they're reflections. And so, but this is usually applied to people who are being negative, people who are having issues. And it's like, okay, what if all of us are projecting all of the time? It's like you're either projecting positively or negatively, and it's just whatever your frequency is. And it's like, okay, so that means that if you see negativity anywhere, that's you, like that's what you're feeling. Or it's like, and it's not like across the board, it's not absolute, but let me narrow it down a little bit. If someone else is able to make you feel bad, then you feel bad. Like that's negativity in you. That person is activating that negativity in you, but that's where your existence is at. Like I feel okay, I get up, I do my perfect little routine, I drink my coffee or tea and my breakfast, and I put on some jam and music on the way over here, and it's like, okay, great, I feel good, I'm ready to do this day of work. That doesn't mean that I'm actually vibrating at a high frequency. Someone pulled around me on the way over to work today, and I felt angry about that. I honked, now I leaned on my horn as they went around me and went in front of me, and that actually got some of that energy out, but I still felt it a bit afterwards. And it's like, oh, I'm glad I watched this video this morning because and got back into this mindset of paying attention to this, of paying attention to energy. It's like, oh, I'm angry this person pulled in front of me, but hey, like it's not that big of a deal, and I don't really want to stay in that state. It's not physiologically good for me, but it's also like I'm gonna be a less safe driver. I'm gonna be tempted to road rage, try to drive closely behind that person, drive my car a little too fast. And it's like, okay, like been there, done that, but like I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to be that reactive. I don't. And it's in me. So it's like, okay, catching that in a few seconds, being aware of it, and then in another 30 seconds, another minute, it's like, okay, and we turn the music a bit down because the music was kind of loud, and that was really amping up my mood and my not anxiety, angst, whatever. Like it's making me more upset. It's kind of feeding into the negative high that I was in. It's okay, so like fix that, come down from that, and come to work. But then going into work, it's like, okay, I feel like I did my routine, I did what should make me feel good. It's like, okay, but am I really vibrating at a high frequency? And I'm going to need that frequency. I'm going to need that because I have challenges at my workplace to deal with. I have to do things that are not in my that are in my weaker areas, that are areas where I'm less confident. I've got to, I'm recently promoted to team lead. I've got to do a team meeting with my team. I got to let them know, hey, this is what our plan is right now. This is what's coming down from management. Like, this is what we're doing. This is how we're going to do it. And these are our goals. And, let me break them down for you. And then let me work with each of you as needed to help accomplish that. And then even more than that, I have a coworker I need to most likely need to have a harder one-on-one talk with, and like, hey, and I don't know what that looks like yet, and I'm stressed about that, and I need to sit down and probably say basically give some kind of carrot and stick, like, hey, like, you need to shape up, you need to sharpen up, you need to be smarter, because we need you here, I want you here, I know you need to be here, I know you need the money. I don't know which things I should say, which things I don't, but like, if I was to lay it out all out, it's like, hey, you need this job, you need the money, like, be fucking smart, like, I can tell you, I can talk about how to do that, I can talk about how I'm doing that, but like, it's not like, stop getting stuck. Like, this is someone who's getting stuck in this respect game, and it's like, oh, you get stuck in this respect game, but like, you're showing disrespect, and you're not doing anything to make our bosses like you. It's like, why would you expect to be treated well here? It's not like they're going to respect you, therefore you respect your job. Like, you're not in that position. You're not in a position to just play the respect game where people respect you, therefore you put in work. It's like, no, you work in a warehouse. You have an entry-level job at a warehouse. Now, you're a technical specialist. You have real expertise you're coming in with. You're not a dope, but like, you're in an entry-level job at a warehouse, like, and you don't have a better offer for a weekly income. So you're going to show that you are a respectful, valuable employee. You're going to have good at work output, and you're going to have a good attitude, for lack of a better term. Like, that term triggers me, but it's like, hey, like, you have to, like, this is what you have to do. This is what your coworkers, the rest of your team, is doing. They come here, they do their job, and they have a good attitude, and they find ways to make that work. Like, everyone has things they don't like about this job. Everyone feels like they get disrespected to some degree. Maybe you feel it more. Maybe you are being more disrespected. It's like, you still have to deal with that. And like, if you can be a valuable employee and have a good reputation here, then you might have a little bit of power. You might have a little bit of movability to say, hey, this could be better. This workplace could be better. Or I should be paid more. Or, hey, I think I want a different position here. Like, put yourself in a fucking position of power, and then like, work with that. But don't come in here and be like, well, they really disrespected me. They're really like making it hard for me to get through security. They're making me not want to come here. And like, this is not even the job that I really applied for. And we're not getting kind of, holiday pay or raises that I was really hoping for, or that I really think we deserve. It's like, it doesn't fucking matter what you think you deserve if you're not in a position to attain that yourself. And it's like, you're worsening your position by complaining about it, and by talking to your coworkers in a circle about it every now and then. It's like, shape the fuck up. And it's like, I'm not guaranteeing that's going to help you, but like, I am guaranteeing you that it's going to hurt you to keep being this way. It's like, I'm afraid of so many things in giving this talk, and giving this talk to my coworker. I'm afraid that it's redundant because my boss has already talked to him a few days ago. I'm afraid that it's redundant, or it's not helpful, that I'm triggering him on other things. I'm messing up my relationship with him in the workplace. He works near, like, his desk is near mine. It's like, I don't know, my brain's gonna come up with all these excuses to how to not do this, or to rethink it. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not even gonna try if I'm just kind of in my own normal frequency, my own mindset. And yet this is like nagging at me. This issue is coming at me. It's like, I have to address this, and I know I'm weak in this area, so I really have to address this. And the thing is, and then this is this thought, the thought of not only needing to do this, but how to actually do it successfully, becomes more clear when I am vibrating at a higher frequency. I would not even be telling about this on video if I wasn't, taking some steps and doing some work to get to a higher state of mind. And the answers are pretty boring. It's like, okay, talk about this, make it real, assert to, process this out loud with a friend, talk about it on video. Okay, I've asserted that this is something I need to do. I need to be a leader in these 3 ways or whatever. And okay, like the other steps, they're also boring. Okay, I need to talk to I have coworkers I trust. I have good coworkers. I have coworkers with management experience, with better emotional awareness than me, better social awareness. Okay, let me talk to someone that I trust in my workplace. Someone, anyone, it doesn't have to be my workplace, but I'm going to do that because it's, other people who know the person that I need to talk to. It's like, okay, let me script out how I'm gonna talk to my coworker. Let me review that with another 1 or 2 other coworkers and say, hey, do I really need to talk to this guy? Okay, what do you think is a good way to do it? How about this? How about the script? Give me some feedback. Give me some more eyes, some more brain power on what's the right way to do this. Like, I'm new to this. I'm new to real, like, workplace leadership and connecting to another person who, different experiences than me, different emotions than me. Like, how do I do this? I want to give this the best shot I have. And the last thing is realizing, in this mindset, I have to try it. I have to talk to my coworker. I have to, like, clear the air on this, and I might have to do it multiple times, but for the most part, I need to do it once. And if it doesn't go as well as I thought it needed to, I tried, like, I can't do better than I can do. I can only do my best. And some people say, your best is not good enough. You can do better. It's like, okay, but the problem is that I'm not doing it at all. The problem is that I'm making this impossible in my mind, and I need to make it possible, and I need to do it, and I need to realize that it's going to be imperfect, and that as much as I'm really trying to exceed the standards and output of my coworkers, my friends, my bosses, especially my boss,